Today we're going to be looking at how to make a stem and leaf plot, and then how to read the information on that to determine the mean, median, and the mode. So first of all, we have some information here. A stem and leaf plot is a diagram that displays the distribution of data by ordering and grouping according to place value. So stem and leaf plot. First, we're going to make a stem, and since these are all 2 digits numbers, the stem is going to be made from the tens place, the highest in the value. So we have the tens place. If you look up here at our range of numbers, we have, let's see if we can move this. So we can see all the numbers. If you look up there, we have the lowest number looks like 9, and it looks like the highest number is 55, so that we know we have to go in the tens place from 0 up to 5. So what we're going to do is just start by doing that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on a stem and leaf plot, you can have the numbers starting at 0 going up to 5, or if you preferred, you could have it going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from greatest to least. I like going from least to greatest, so that's the way I'm going to make mine. Now that we have the tens place, now we're going to look at there and start to put numbers. Now we have 2 sets of information here. Sue and Joy were competing with Mary and Beth to see who could sell the most Girl Scout cookies. The table below shows their daily number of sales for 2 weeks. So first, this is going to be a double stem and leaf plot because we're graphing 2 different sets or groups of information. So on one side, we're going to put Sue and Joy, and on the other side, we're going to put Mary and Beth. If you did not have 2 sets of data, then you would just have a single stem and leaf plot, but this is a double one. So for Sue and Joy, as I start going here, I look first, are there any numbers that are ranged from 0 to 9 up in the data? I do not see any. Now I'm going to look for the ones that are in the teens. I have 12. And what I do is to make 12, the 1 is already there for the tens column. So now I put a 2, we call this in the leaf, and this number makes 12. You have to read it backwards, but it's 1, 2 for 12. So we've done 12. I don't see any other numbers in the tens column, so let's move to the 20s. In the 20s, we have 23, 28, 27, and 20. So the smallest of those is 20, so 2, 0 for 20. Cross that one out. We have 23 right here, so we're going to write a 3 next to that. We have 27, so we're going to put a 7 next to that. And we have 28. So we start with the smallest one on the inside of the, so 20 goes first, then 23, 27, and 28. So that's how you read that. We want to put the numbers in order like that because in a little bit we're going to be doing mean, median, range, and mode, and you need the numbers in sequential order to do that. So now we go to the 30s. For 30s, I see 39, 36, 37, and 34. So the smallest of that is 34, so the 3 is there, so we put a 4 as a leaf for the 34. Done that number. Next we have 36, so we put the 6 down. Next we have 37, and then next we have 39. Done all the 30s. Now we look for the 40s. We have 43, 45, and 48. So 43, 45, and 48. So here's the way the numbers are displayed. If you were able to read it, you start here and you say 12, 20, 23, 27, 28, 34, 36, 37, 39, 43, 45, and 48. So the numbers are now listed in sequential order. We're going to do the same thing with the other side, but this time the data is going to come from Mary and Beth. Do we see any numbers between 0 and 9? We do. We have 9, so that goes up by the 0. 0 is in the tens column, and that makes 9. We go to the tens. We have 11, So we're just going to put a 1 to make 11. Whoops. There's the button twice. And then there's 14, so we put a 4. Now for the 20s, we see 21, 22, 27. So we're going to write a 1 for 21, a 2 for 22, and a 7 for 27. Mark those out. In the 30s, we only have 1. It's 31 right here, so we mark it out. Put a 1 for 31. For 40s, we have 40, 43, and 43 again. So we're going to put a 0 for 40, and then a 3 for 43, and then a 3 again for 43. We have two 50s. We have 54 and 55. So we're going to put 54 and 55. So on the right side, the numbers read correctly. You read left to right, 11, 14. But on the left side, we had to read backwards, 12, 20, 23, 27. Now that you know how to make it and how to read it, we're going to take this information and do some things with it. Here's the same stem and leaf plot. How to find the mean, mode, median, and range. Mean is another word for average. So to find the average of the numbers, you would have to get your calculator and start adding up to all the numbers. So I would add into my calculator 12 plus 20 plus 23 plus 27 plus 28 plus 34 plus 36 plus 37 plus 39 plus 43 plus 45 plus 48. And then how many numbers are there? Well, it's easy to tell how many numbers there are based on how many leaves there are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 leaves. So we have 12 numbers. So we take the total after we add it together and we divide by 12, and we would get 32 and 7/10. The mode is the one that occurs the most often. Is there a number that occurs more often than the others? Well, in Sue and Joe, each number only appeared once, so there is no mode. For the median, you have to find the middle number. There were 12 numbers, so what's going to be the middle number on 12? We need to find numbers 6 and 7 and average them. So here's the last number, here's the first number, next to last, and you could cancel out this way if you want to, and you could find the ones that you need. So here's actually the 6th and 7th numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7th numbers. We need to average those two. Since there is an even number, there's not a number in the middle. There's two numbers in the middle. Number 6, the 6th and 7th numbers are in the middle, and the average of 6 and 4 is 5. It's 35 because this was 34 and 36, so we average 34 and 36 by adding them together and then dividing by 2, which is 35. Now the range is where you look for the smallest number and you subtract the largest number. Well, for Sue and Joy, the smallest number was 12 and the largest number was 48. So if we take 48, the largest number, and we subtract the smaller number, we get 36. Now we're going to do the same thing for Mary and Beth. Mean is the average, so again, there should be 12 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 leaves, so there's 12 numbers. You're going to add those numbers together and divide by 12. So you would go 9 plus 11 plus 14 plus 21 plus 22 plus 27, 31, 40, 43, 43, 54, and 55. Add them together, divide by 12. When you do that, you would find that the average is 30 and 8/10. The mode is the number that occurs the most often. And in Mary and Beth, we actually had a number that appeared twice. We had 43 and 43. So the number 43 appeared more than any of the other numbers, so that is the mode, the number that occurs the most often. The median is the middle number. Again, since we have an even number, we have 12 numbers, we're going to have to average the 6th and the 7th numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th, which is the number 27, and the 7th number, which is 31. So we would add them together and divide by 2, and we would get 29. The range is where you take the highest number and you subtract the lowest number. Our highest number is 55, and we are going to subtract the lowest number, which is 9, and the range would be 46. So hopefully from this you've been able to see how to create a stem and leaf plot, how to read a stem and leaf plot, and then how to use that information to find the mean, median, mode, and range. Try to say that fast. And this has been Stem and Leaf Plots.